What's going on, horror gang? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host Marcus. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that notification icon to get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss whether or not Neve Campbell returns to Scream 6, and if she doesn't, why it could actually be a better idea than we think. But before I do that, let's hit that intro. I shot him 6 times. Alright gang, so as I stated, in this video I want to talk about Neve Campbell possibly not returning for Scream 6 and why the character of Sidney Prescott not returning for Scream 6 could be better than we think. Now, I know some of you guys' head is exploding right now. Probably ears on fire, you know what I mean? Probably even giving me that little sideways look like, what the fuck are you talking about, Marcus? We can't make a Scream movie without Sidney Prescott. Well, as I said in this video, I want to talk about why that idea might not be as far-fetched and might not be as bad of an idea as we may think. So, with that being said, the reason why I believe that Sidney Prescott not returning for Scream 6 could be actually a really good idea is because we want to develop these newer characters such as Mindy, such as Chad, such as Tara, such as Sam. And I've stated in previous videos before, I cannot imagine Neve Campbell / Sidney Prescott returning to Scream 6 if all her character is going to be is to help Sam battle Ghostface. I've said it in countless videos now that if you're going to bring Sidney Prescott back, you have to have a legitimate reason to bring her character back, because as we know, her story is supposed to be over. At least that's what they want us to believe. I have my reservations about that. I believe her story is not entirely over, which is why I believe keeping her out of Scream 6 might be a good idea. Now, the reason why I believe that is a good idea is because if Cindy's story isn't over, you kind of want to save that for the last part. You want to save that for the trilogy, which will be Scream 7. If my theory that Sam is her daughter to Billy, yet we obviously didn't get that revealed yet, as well as if Stu Macher is alive, I don't think we get those reveals until Scream 7, which in all honesty would only make more sense for Cindy to come back in Scream 7. I don't think Scream 6 is going to have really anything to do with Cindy, and Scream 5 didn't really have much to do with Cindy either, but you had a reason for her to come back. In Scream 6, I just don't know if you have a legitimate reason to bring her character back. As I said, what is she going to do? Keep coming out of parenting to help Sam with Ghostface? That would almost make no sense at all, especially if the killer isn't targeting her. So with that being said, I don't think it would be a bad idea to leave the character of Sidney Prescott out of this movie, because we have to develop the characters of Sam, Tara, etc., as well as bring new characters in, such as Tara's quote-unquote mother, Christina, Tara's father, whoever he is, we don't have his name yet. We believe the working title is Blackmore, could be his last name. That could be who this character is. We have so many characters to delve into and to help create their storylines that I just don't think there's room for Cindy in this movie. I mean, if you want to do a cameo, you know, a little mention, maybe Gail calls her on the phone, talks to her, gets some advice from her, something like that, okay, I'd be okay with that. But to have the character of Sidney Prescott be heavily involved in this movie, I just don't know, you guys. I don't know how I would feel about that, because like I said, they want us to believe that her character, her story is over. I don't see Sidney Prescott with 2 children. We're just going with the premise that she only does have 2 children. With 2 children, 2 small children at that she would want to keep inserting herself in order to help Sam combat Ghostface if the killer has nothing to do with her, if the killer's not targeting her at all. I just don't see Cindy really keep coming out of parenting to help Sam. I just don't. You have to have a legitimate reason why this character is returning. And the only legitimate reason why Cindy Prescott could return or should return for any of these, the returning Scream movies that we have, which will be 6 and we believe 7, is if her character has a significant role and is a significant part of the storyline. I would not want to be interested in seeing Cindy stop being a parent just to help Sam the whole time if there's no true story arc for her to be doing such. If the killer has no qualms with Cindy, why do we keep bringing Cindy back? If we're talking about taking this franchise and building it around new characters, Cindy Prescott's character doesn't make sense unless you have something on the back burner for her in terms of story arc wise, which is why I believe we won't see Cindy Prescott in Scream 6, because I think her story, even though I do believe her story is not over by any stretch of the imagination, I just think it makes sense to re-pick up on her story in Scream 7. I don't think that there's really any room for her character to have a role in Scream 6. A lot of people may say, oh, what about Gale Weathers? I think that Gale Weathers is actually going to be a big focal point, and with the fact that Dewey obviously being killed in Scream 5, you can go in that direction with Gale. She has a purpose to return in Scream 6. Cindy, not so much. And hey, maybe I'm hanging on to it too much, but the fact that she has a husband now in Mark Kincaid, that she has 2 small children, like I said, unless she's targeted, unless her kids are targeted, unless Mark is targeted, I just don't see a reason for this character to return in Scream 6. Once again, I do think there's a deeper story arc at hand for Cindy Prescott. I just think it'd be better suited for Scream 7. If we do get a Scream 7, if we do get a whole new trilogy, I just think with the theories that I have about Samantha being a mastermind, with Stu Macher being alive and being a mastermind, I just think that in terms of Cindy Prescott's character, I just don't think her role in Scream 6 is needed, and I think it should be saved for the back burner for Scream 7, as I believe there is a much more bigger story arc for Cindy than what meets the eye, and I don't believe we should start really pressing those buttons until a potential Scream 7. But that's my take, you guys. I want to hear your take. Hit the comment section and let me know what you guys think about the possibility of Neve Campbell / Cindy Prescott's character not returning to Scream 6. Are you on board with the idea? Are you not on board with the idea? Hit the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. But alright, gang. This is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. If you like this type of content, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. I am Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. Thank you for watching.